It's time to level up! It's time to level up! Boombox, baby! I was lagging! Gotta flex! Epic! Let's do this! Let's go! For real? Ooh, you got destroyed! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Yeah.
Move those feet to the boombox beat! Oh, you're so lucky! I scored!
Hearing people's fears is music to my ears.
Epic! Rare! It's time to level up! For real? You gotta be kidding! Okay, you got skills. Ruff, ruff, ruff.
Uncle Lou is here for you! Now with 12% more goodness! Yahoo! Feel the freeze! Woo! You want ice with that? Yahoo! I'm in the cone zone! Ha-ha! Ha-ha! I'll be right back! Uncontrollable!
Rare.
Gee whiz! Try a blizz! Feel the freeze! Ha-ha! Woo! Yahoo! You're on 15 on you! Blizz Ball! Woo! I got the dragon Feel the freeze! Oh my days! Balloon needs a rest. Y'all be loving the sour apples.
Epic.
Now with 12% more goodness. You want ice with that? Feel the freeze! I got crushed!
My lobby's battlefield.
How may I help you?
No time, gotta move!
Let's melt your hopes and freeze your dreams.
Dice, dice, baby!
Ew, why are you foaming at the mouth?
Spooky is gonna get you. Tempest Florali!
Pathetic. Time to seal the deal. First Aid Fury!
Love struck.
Apologies. Ho, 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 ho!
Sit down. Roll over. Now let's go, go, go! Get rough! It's an ambush! Ah! Let's go, go, go!
feared, it is forfeit to the abyss!
When the going gets rough, every dog has its day. Get rough! Get rough! Sit down. Roll over. Now play dead. Retreat! Retreat! Who's a good boy? Don't ruffle my fur! Roll me over for a fudge truck It's an ambush!
Walk softly, for the dead listen closely. Look at my next plaything. My needle is on the way. Get stuck. Buried in Step up or step out. Get stuck. Oh, you better bring it. Ow! Oh, you are dying to be displayed. My food is gonna get you. Step up or step out. Green magic. I'm pulling strings here. Doll maker, something. Doll maker, something.
My needle is on point.
Very demure.
Step up or step out.
Dang it, that hurt my Riri.
My voodoo is gonna get you.
Hexes and curses coming your way.
Doll maker, something. My voodoo is gonna get you.
Negative or a point.
Unicorn power activate! It's gonna be a sweet ride. Ugh. chaos we find. Let's melt your hopes and freeze your dreams. In chaos we find our true. It's gonna be a sweet ride. Ugh. Mistakes, just happy, no accidents.
on that right-hand side. Max, the first overall pick
This
from
is
Revenant
just a warm-up,
Xbox.
right?
A lot of the time on this map, you're going to see that Max Sandy tandem. They don't have to commit to it. Max is a very flexible brawler, but if they can get it, it would be nice. On the other end, I'm looking out for a Pam and an Alley 2-3 turn. The Alligator does really well with Pam because Pam in general does great at being a gym carrier, a mid, and typically because of the siphoning gadget that she has with that Scrap Sucker could be really good into Alley. So when you take a great brawler in Alley and also take away something that would counter it, it is a nasty combination to fight against.
Absolutely. I mean, surprising to see a Max first pick, to be honest with you. It's been a brawler that's showed its face a lot, surprisingly to me, this tournament, but it's one of those brawlers that you can just grab, and if you're mechanically sound, you're going to have a pretty good time. Ruff's going to come in then for Humble. Pretty much been the #1 brawler throughout this competition. Very good support, providing hypercharges with a hypercharge of his own, and the power-ups along the way are a big play and a big game changer in modes and maps where you've got to be passive like Gem Grab.
Tara and Lily still eligible here too. A couple of reverse mechanics that are important in Gym Grab. Humble, all control. Ruff's a support brawler, one that can bounce shots off the wall, and importantly, charge hypercharges for your teammates. His super grants you access to a little extra health points, a little extra damage, but I love where Finks is at in the game right now. I think he's more of a hero in Hot Zone, but on this game mode in particular as well, a dominant mid, especially against somebody with projectiles, somebody like Max where he's shooting 4 at a time, it's so difficult to make those connections when he has a super down just because they're so slow when they travel through.
I mean, it can absolutely work. We've seen it a few times against the likes of a Lily or something like that. That's one of the more aggressive brawlers we tend to see on this map. When she throws out the super and you've got your time warp down, you're pretty much guaranteed to be evading it. Jay Young going to come in, though, as the final pick from the Revenant X-Spark side, along with the kit that we just failed to mention. Real nice composition here from Revenant X-Spark. They've got the speed that they need in both X9J and Sergeant, so they're going to be whizzing around this map. Response to take people by surprise and get those big game-changing kills. And Revenant are a team who love to play from behind from Gem Grab. We've seen it in a lot of their different series. When it's Gem Grab, they tend to go the brawlers that can turn it round the most rather than control it.
I wonder if Humble just hit the health points here. Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. The one thing I will say about the Revenant X-Spark composition, Kit is more of an assassin. I think that's probably how they're going to be playing him here. I don't think it's necessarily the support. I don't imagine he's going to necessarily always be looking to hop on the backpack of either Max or Jay Young. Plenty of speed, plenty of utility. And then on the other end, they give away Lily. So Humble get a freebie at a reverse mechanic, and even if Revenant X-Spark are leading the entire way, they don't have a ton of health points, and on top of that, they have a hypercharged super that can send Lily into the Shadow Realm. Defending world champions, up 1-0 against SCA Dark Horses. Revenant X-Spark, we're close in the first set. We need to see them battle even harder.
X9J, Flying Stars, 2 gems here, but it looks like he's going to come straight on top of Semantic, and a good phase shift to get him out of that position. Sergeant just playing the kind of paranoia game of waiting in this bush. Response will pop a Weekend Warrior at the perfect time and deal with Semantic on the left. A good TP there from Lukey, but it was a little too late as Sergeant still got the stun off.
5 gems in Revenant's pockets, but remember, as long as they're working towards that Lily hypercharge and playing alongside it, they will be just fine. It still takes the mechanics, you still have to execute. Always potential with this Humble composition, though.
Well, the speed there is along with the Sergeant super. So Humble got to be extremely cautious. They're going to go aggressive themselves, bait out a lot of utility, but Semantic going to be ending straight on top of Sergeant, and that's going to be a big fight that Sergeant needs to win and does to keep him out of the back lines.
So many heals coming out of response. Now Sergeant flanking left-hand side. Jay in the middle, dueling against Finks. It's a tough task. Kit, though, jumping to the left-hand side, looking for assistance from Jay's base. The way heals coming out of response. Super speed up the middle of the map. Now an extra bit of damage from response's gadget. Not quite enough to overcome this Humble stronghold.
Luke's still in the mid, and the time warp there did so much in that situation. Sergeant once more with a super enhanced Semantic, one of his own. A brilliant bounce around the corner from the hypercharge, and he's going to get away with one of those gems. Sergeant recovers 4, but can't do anything more than that. Response through the mid. Weekend Warrior popped as well, and he's just putting himself at risk to try and make something happen. Sergeant super, they might need to hold this and just try get a reset elsewhere. But down all these shots come, and still the countdown goes.
Jay now left-hand side. Revenant have to pounce, but it's going to be Semantic with a gadget. They have to choose wisely who they dive at. They choose Boss. 2 gems on the ground. This will be a reset. Immediate takedown from Humble, though.
Yeah, 10 gems over Lukey's head now, so Semantic can go back to this aggressive stance that he will love to do. Don't think there's gems anywhere else on the map, though. We're forgetting about responsible hypercharge. Sergeant, one of his own, looking to try and go really aggressive, but a time warp, and he jumps back in time away from the hypercharge. And an incredible game-saving play from Lukey will keep Humble ahead.
Much more dominant this go-around. Humble with a strong start in set number 2. It's got to be scary if you're Revenant X-Spark. There's a lore around Humble. There's just a vibe in the room. You can feel it. The good news is we saw them bleed just 2 days ago. They lost to Crazy Raccoon in a reverse sweep. If you're Revenant, you just have to keep telling yourself, if we can beat CR, we can beat Humble too.
Well, again, Semantic on a tear off the start. But once more, it is X9J who walks away with all the gems after the initial interaction between these two teams. He'll get some slipstream, some heals along the way, I'm sure, as Response sits behind him and waits for Sergeant to make his move.
It's important to grab those gems, but again, Semantic with a hypercharge. Those reverse mechanics are so important. Of course, Kit can get a quick reset with a dive, but it's so much more typical. Now invisible, up in Boss's face, a super going down. He's going to break the wall. Sergeant with perfect timing, and now Boss narrowly holding on. A trade is something Humble are willing to make.
I mean, regardless of that time warp, Lukey just took a lot of shots to the face. Semantic once more doing the same thing he always does, and it just works. He's now got his hypercharge, just needs to work for the super, and a big game-changing play can be made. X9J got to be cautious in the back lines, as Semantic will be coming forwards once more. Boss going to go down as Sergeant goes in for a big trade. And it's 5-4 as Humble get their 5th going now.
The trade cost Revenant positioning and gain them 1 gem. I'm not sure that's a trade they're willing to make. Gadget pop for Response, needs the heals, has cover fire coming out of Jay. Lukey, though, has not moved an inch. He's still in the middle of the map. Now he's going to scoop the other side and teleport away as well. This trade just keeps happening. This time, though, it's not even a trade. It's Revenant losing the numbers, losing positioning. Now Humble have opened the walls.
Real rough stance there on the right-hand side as Sergeant goes in really aggressive and can't even get the trade. And that's 9 for Lukey as Semantic comes in, gets 1, gets 2. And Sergeant, the last hope for Revenant. But Semantic drops into the realm and retreats all the way back. Lukey's got the 10th and Semantic still alive, ready to fight it out.
Revenant have to climb all the way up the map, but they've already lost 1 of their number. Boss, right-hand side. They have no idea where Lukey is, sitting comfortably in the back of Spawn. The 2024 World Champions are 1 set away from an opportunity to bury Crazy Raccoon for another year.
Humble just playing so well, and not to say there's not a few mistakes here and there from the Revenant X-Spark team, a few little moments of over-aggression from Sergeant and not getting the necessary trades. But look at the stats, Semantic with 8 kills, 340 DPS, and to be fair, it's not like it's like incredible mechanical skill. He's pressing the gadget, walking up, waiting in a bush, getting a super, using it and getting killed. And that's all it needs to be as Lukey just waits on the zone where the gems are spawning and doesn't die.
Semantic's job is to get that hypercharge as fast as possible. If you're just in the face of the enemy, getting shots, even if you're not converting kills, you're building to that moment. We've seen it several times now. Once Semantic has gadget and hypercharge ready to go, it's an inescapable thing. He can get the super, take gems, or if he needs to, and he somehow has got the gems in his hands, pops gadget, disappears to the Shadow Realm. She is the only brawler on this map who can go down there. She goes invisible, you have no idea where she is, you have to rely on that game sense, just hoping you figure out where it was, and unfortunately for Revenant X-Spark, they had no clue where Lily was that entire set.
I mean, it's going to be so difficult for him to come back from this. Humble on stage looking so confident, Revenant a slight bit defeated, at least in my eyes. But they need 3 in a row, an entire reverse sweep here from Revenant X-Spark to get themselves to the World Final and knock Humble off their high horse.
Wild how a different day of Brawl Stars changes everything. 1 night's rest. Day 1 Humble. Reverse swept 3-2. Yesterday looked unfazed. Today are flying through their matches. Revenant X-Spark are a semi-finalist team at the 2025 World Finals in a year of upsets and chaos. Somehow, one thing that has remained consistent is Humble standing here in another semi-finals. And they are 1 away from going to back-to-back grand finals. They'll have to achieve that on open business. Brawler I'm looking out for is Hank, top of my board in terms of picks. Depends on the bans, of course. But Colonel Ruff's another one that we saw in that previous set that could be of interest, that wall break dynamic, whether they elect to use it, whether they don't, whether they want to feed hypercharges, all of that depends on what strategy these two teams elect to use.
Well, at least Gray, in my eyes, has been quite a constant throughout Hot Zone in every single map. And every single time we see Hot Zone show up, it's the Gray setting up a teleport, getting the hypercharge and going forwards again. Humble know that, they're going to ban that out. I don't think at this point in the series, Humble want that unpredictableness. I'm not going to say it's no skill, but you can get to the hot zone and just take tanks and stand on it no matter what you're against. So they don't want that unpredictability. They get that out the way, along with the Hank that you mentioned and the Juju. 3 very good bans from Humble. And then over the other side, we see the Juju being double banned, along with the Mina and the Ruffs, as Revenant get rid of those.
A couple starting lines available, one including Pam, the other that comes to the top of mind is Finks. Meeple also escapes the ban stage. That is a great shout out of Humble, especially on a map like this, where somebody like Colonel Ruffs is removed. You have to get more creative on your wall break. Something like Griff as an emergency option could come to play, but there's 2 ways to deal with Meeple, and that's either destroy the entire map and make it wide open, or outrange him. So I'm curious how Revenant X-Spark decide to deal with this. Health points could be a solution, but you don't want to commit to that too early, because then Humble have time to respond with tank counters.
Yeah, absolutely. Meeple, I think, is the no-brainer of the first from Humble here, and very smart of them to pick that brawler up with how strong it is and how good the hypercharge is. On the other side, I'd say another one of the constants that we've been seeing through a lot of the Brawl Stars Championship World Finals. We see the Pam picked up by Revenant X-Spark, really nice. The hypercharge catapulted her back into the meta, but so much health, so much healing, and a very good ability to scrap suck if that's the one that you choose to take these more aggressive units out the way and sap their ammo.
We'll see what they elect to pair Pam with. 10 seconds on the clock, and each pick in succession becomes more important for Revenant X-Spark. A stew. Wow. Okay, so on the 2-3 turn, they go with an aggressive brawler, one they're comfortable with, one with Sergeant has played this weekend even, but I'm not used to seeing it. It's one of those brawlers that's not bad by any means, but you just have to be that dude. A high mechanical skill cap. That's why you see all the time in monthly finals when people run this, you better hope you have high ping, because you have to be pixel perfect with every click on this brawler.
I mean, Sergeant is so dangerous on this stew. It really does make me think at least they've got a chance to come back into this one. But we'll see how the rest of the Humble draft goes. Kenji's going to come rolling on in then for Humble. I like that, the aggression that we need to see. The super, the hypercharge, really good. It has kind of not fallen off a cliff, but it's nowhere near where it once was.
No, absolutely. I mean, Kenji is still a good brawler. He's just not the S-tier special, has to be a must-pick ban every single time. But Humble still deciding to put their faith in the Tsushimi Slash. This is also a way to build some health points into somebody like Stu. Stu can make contact with tanks, but it's hard for him to bring them down. Pam, however, will assist with that. I'm curious to see how this Scrap Sucker in the healing station goes into Kenji.
Very nice, everyone.
Larry and Laurie is Humble's final pick on what might be Revenant X-Spark's last draft of the World Finals if they can't get a set on the board here. I really like that. You've got to have the throwers that's going to be able to take down those Pam turrets really successfully and in quick fashion. They've just got to be very cautious about not feeding them ability that this dude's going to have. If he can get super after super after super, he's just going to be chasing Lukey down throughout the entirety of this set. So Boss got to be cautious about not feeding that too much. Same goes for Semantic. And then Griff is going to come in. Really nice pick from Revenant X-Spark there. Break these walls, put Meeple in a position where the super's useless unless she's using Meeple's Mansion. Kenji's needs those walls, and so does the Larry and Laurie. Really nice picks from Revenant X-Spark, and I like what they've got.
I mentioned Griff at the beginning. This is one of the creative wall break options they had to have. Obviously an insane amount of DPS. If they fall early, things get scary. The villain in SEA Cinderella story, the red roster, your defending world champions, are looking to pull it off once again. Revenant X-Spark have been in this position so many times already. Reverse sweep against the world champion would be one of the grandest things we would ever see in Brawl history.
Quick wall breaks then from Sergeant and Semantic on the right-hand side, just assuming this position a bit further up where the wall, he doesn't have that wall there, so he needs to move that a bit further on. Sergeant going really aggressive now, might be punished for that, but Boss in the back lines burns down. This is a 30% lead now to Humble, but as these walls go down, they're going to get more and more difficult to get back into position.
Sergeant and Goner, the walls are opening up, sure, but this is what I was worried about. Yes, they can break the walls, but they have to have positioning to do so. If Response can't progress forward, they can't tear through. Dominant stuff from Humble. Revenant haven't had any time to breathe.
I mean, this is 50% already for Humble and 4 for Revenant X-Spark. Really disappointing performance so far, but Semantic puts himself in a great position and Boss runs in a straight line over and over and over again. Jay very low, but managed to avoid one of those shots over the top from Larry and Laurie. Response will go down, and this is all Humble.
No tags from the Scrap Sucker either. Pam can operate in the open space, but is struggling. Sergeant needs a super as well. Boss flanking. It's already at 90%. Humble just a few percentage points away from being on match point. Jay is trapped, sure, but Lukey is resting comfortably. Revenant X-Spark don't even grab 10%. the world champions from 2024 are now on match point.
Last lifeline for Revenant X-Spark. An entire reverse sweep needed now. 2 in a row here, and then a further 2 sets after that against the current world champions of Humble. Might be too much to ask of Revenant.
It's been an incredible journey so far, but now they have to pull off the ultimate reverse sweep. Down 8 game in the 3rd set. Didn't even grab 10% in game number 1. It's a trade on the outset. Scrapsucker up the middle of the map. Lukey forced away. This gives Response an opportunity to climb the map, scale up to this top left-hand side, and elect whether or not to use a wall break, and that's exactly what it does. Piggy bank on the ground.
Ooh, he dashes straight into that as well. Really unfortunate for Boss, but he's just going to put himself straight back in that position, dash back forward. Meeple's Mansion comes now, and the super through the wall to try and get him down. But Samantha can toss those balls over the top anyway and get big damage in. A little swap of positions with his clone to get a bit more health to that and keep him in the face of Sergeant.
This is where things went south in game number 1. Revenant X-Spark, bottom left-hand side Response. They need their wall breaker to move up. He's dropping a piggy bank in his own spawn side just to move forward.
Well, the super comes out and it's a great connection, but how much can it do? Boss really low, but he's just going to assume the point and get some more percentage on the zone. Boss now rotating to the left-hand side, Lukey low, and Sergeant getting some good aggression, but he falls low and has to back right off.
That's a good wall break from Sergeant, a follow-up kill as well. Southeast Asia superstar has to be perfect the rest of the way. Humble have approached 50%. Revenant X-Spark finally moving up a little bit, but they have to maintain positioning.
Well, Super Veil from Samantha to tank some of this Pam damage. She's going to throw all the way back and just have it gradually come up against Sergeant, then possibly switch places with it. The Meeple's Mansion's there and the Super along with it as well to try and get this Pam turret down, and it takes a few shots, a lot of ammo to get that done. But Revenant X-Spark need to make something happen. Semantic's going to fall, and Humble still in the percentage lead, but Revenant are more in it.
It's finally a fight. Revenant have given themselves a chance, but Humble keep chipping away. Less than 20% to go for Revenant. Now Semantic flanking on the left-hand side, waiting for his team to regroup. They're spacing the floor. Now a Meeple Mansion going down the ground. Hypercharge for Jay and a super out left. This is double Larry action.
Yeah, big hypercharge from Semantic as well, switching positions, getting this Pam hypercharge turret down, and it needs to go. Boss moving forwards, but Response got to be close to Super as he just popped a hypercharge, but not got it just yet, and just not allowed by Boss to get that off. Throws it out to the left-hand side, Semantic still alive, 10% needed, and it's go time for Revenant.
Humble, less than 10% away from repeating the past year. Boss standing tall, backs up, and in a weekend of unpredictability, who would have thought we get a rerun of 2024's World Finals? They've been kings of land now for 3 straight events, but Humble have an opportunity to ascend to a new level from kings to Brawl Stars gods!
Absolutely incredible from the Humble side. A dominant 3-0 performance against the Revenant X-Spark, who have been incredible all tournament long. Really disappointing for Revenant, but I think you've got to argue for their sake. They didn't even think they were going to be getting top 4. So that, against the world champions, is still an incredible world finals for them.
Still an incredible go at it. I mean, for Revenant, what a story. Can't wait to hear what Barney has to say on the stage alongside the Humble players.
The 2025 Brawl Stars Grand Final is set. And you guys are in it. How does that sound?
Oh my god, it's actually a dream. Again against Crazy Raccoon as well. Is this scripted?
Don't ask me that. I don't know, I might lose my job. No. Now, I gotta ask you guys, Boss, you've been quoted as well. Semantic's been quoted about saying that passion is basically what drives you guys. Passion is the reason why you guys are so excellent at the game. And as well, you have such passionate fans as well. Is there anything that you would like to say to them?
I'm really thankful to my friends that just came from Mallorca too, and like all my family that is supporting me. I just think I just win for them, and I'm just gonna keep doing that till the grand finals.
He's gonna keep doing it. You know what, Lukey, I'm gonna come over to you. Are you feeling good?
Of course.
Of course you're feeling good. Now, we've got to hype this up a little bit, don't we? 2024, you guys beat them on the main stage. You took the World Championship trophy. A couple of days ago, it was a different story. So how are you feeling about this Raccoon rematch that you're about to go into?
I mean, we lost to them, so I definitely want to get my revenge, and yeah, we are going back to back, baby.
They're going back to back, baby. You heard them here. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Humble, your second grand finalist.
Symantec, generational IGL and drafting genius. Boss, the spearhead of the team, and won't miss a shot, Loki, the sniper and support of his team. Surgeon with a whopping 8 kills on his Stu. Stu doesn't have the fastest of reloads, so that is massive, but it still was not enough. Every single set looked kinda close, but the result doesn't. 3-0 for Humble.
Yeah, just a tough go at it here. I feel bad for Revenant in the sense that I feel like they deserve more justice than the scorecard showed. What these guys have done to achieve this level, especially it being in a region
War is my canvas. Time to doodle.
Off I go. Oh, that's smart. Jeez Louise! Oh dear. I'm a-coming. What does this button do? Oh, no rest for the wicked. Oh, that's smart. Hold on to your hats. Down I go. Off I go. Kids today. Off I go.
sure make it snow. Old Gale lived to tell the tale.
Ain't no valley low enough.
Let's do this!
Diamond 3!
War is my canvas. Time to doodle.
rest for the wicked. Never too old to be bold. Oh, Gale, you silly sausage. Oh, Gale's gonna make it snow. Sweet and dandy like cotton candy. Down I go. Off I go. Hold on to your hats. Kids today. Go! I'm a-comin', I'm a-comin'. Jeez Louise! I'm a-comin', I'm a-comin'. Kids today. No rest for the wicked. Oh, that's smart.
Sweet and sour, candy is my power.
Time for trouble.
Diamond 3!
Let's melt your hopes and freeze your dreams.
Banned out by Humble.
Kaboom Canyon will kick us off for our grand final. It's a map where those two teams will clash in the middle. It's all about mid control, controlling those pushes. And wherever there's pushes, there's an Ember, there's a Lola, there's a couple of tanks, and some more brawlers to just deal damage like Crow or Penny, Carl, and Crow it is for the Raccoons.
The interaction here between Juju and Amber is something that's worth keeping an eye on. Juju has a range increase inside bushes and so it can actually attack the safe from the middle of the map. If she pops up, one of these teams will have to draft an Amber or something that also has that grass clearing ability to limit Juju's impact as the round goes longer and longer. But you know, if you're into Juju, you need to play the longer game. You're going to be disadvantaged, but if you take control of the middle of the map, Juju does not have a staging ground to play from. Grass or no grass.
This is what I was about to say with Amber still open. I feel like Humble are already putting preventive measures of that very brawler in place. Nowhere to hide. And it also depletes the Crow slightly on the side of Crazy Raccoon. It takes a little bit away of what amount of information you're able to obtain with it. The second pick coming in for Crazy Raccoon now. They do like a little bit of Penny in Heist. It did work out well for them earlier in this competition. A very different map. Boom Canyon is all about the long-ranged game, in my opinion. Let's see how they're feeling about this Crow. It's going to be Lola. I think it's a very underrated pick on this map. Always got some good results. They're still going to go with the Juju. Certainly with the lakes in this map, it is still going to get some value, but I feel against the Amber, you're really kind of like battling against the wind, no?
I did mention the Lola coming into this draft, but Lola against the Amber, usually not the favorable matchup, but they do have a Crow. Crow with a slightly, I think it's one tile more range than Ember. Usually not a bad shout, can just trickle her down. The poison will take her in the long run. And against the Byron, Crow will do well anyway. Last pick now from Humble. It's going to be an aggressive one. Lily to round things off here. Humble versus Crazy Raccoon. We're heading into our first map.
SK Gaming gave Crazy Raccoon plenty of practice against the Lily, but now it is time. The time for talking is over. It's time for the gameplay to tell the story. Humble Giants versus the Little Genius and his merry band. Crazy Raccoon and Humble renew their rivalry one last time on the biggest stage there is. Make some noise, Stockholm. It's brawl time.
And the stadium erupting. Semantic already making a dash there with the Lily going into the realm. Immediately finds Milk Rio. Finds the upper hand as well. The heals from Luki weren't enough. He falls down, pushing Moya and Tensai then into the mid.
Tensai would love to step up, and now with Boss out of the way, that seems an easier achievement. Milkray has returned to the fray, and now the barrage commences. Just chip damage, nothing to write home about, but it gives Crazy Raccoon a lead, and it starts to apply a little bit of pressure to Crazy Raccoon.
Boss will lick the map there with the oil, looking for that burn to deplete what the Juju can bring. Some damage onto the Crazy Raccoon save, just the 4%. As a jump in from Milk Rio on the right, brings back some goods. He's in a good spot. Semantic is now in a tough position to choose. He goes then for Moya, gets the upper hand, and has been going straight towards the TR stage.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to all in here. Crazy Raccoon have a slim lead, but it's nothing that can't be remediated by Semantic. He, though, will stay in the corner. Generate super by proximity here to Milk Rio and Tensai, but he will be punished by the thrower. Boss still holds court in the center of the map and has cleared some of the grass, but not enough to limit Tensai's capacity. And a hypercharged super there from Milk Rio. Well timed. Safe down to 47.
Milk Rio got amazing value, but Semantic finds a two-piece. Boss coming from behind here. Burns the grass just a little bit, gets it onto the safe most importantly, as Humble are behind in terms of the objective. Semantic into the realm, going to be coming out, made a few early swipes there, maybe a couple of signs of nerves coming through as Tensai stays alive at 403 DPS.
Gregory is doing some serious lifting right now. Tensai's made so much space off that super. Milk Rio, of course, with a damage reduction shield, he's able to stave off Semantic, and Humble have been stuffed into a corner. Now, very, very far behind in this round.
Nicky can't find the taps on the right-hand side onto Milk Rio. Moya surviving there with the ego as Semantic struggling to make a dent through this mid, but does find Tensai into the realm. Milk Rio and Moya ready for it. He goes for Moya, who's now under hypercharge, but now all three members of Humble take this mid. What a super from Semantic! He finds the safe after two. There's a crack.
There's safe damage important, but that elimination even more so. Boss now with a hypercharge, can't quite make full use of it. Moya's going to burn down, and Grigri with some acupuncture on the safe. Going to make short work of Humble if they're not careful. Tensai will dodge, duck, dip, dive, dodge away from the boss damage, and he'll have one last shot on the safe. That's all she wrote, folks. Crazy Raccoon, with 50% left on their safe, walk away with our first round.
A slow start for Humble. But I feel if they can get this grass burnt earlier on, deprive the Juju of those valuable shots onto the safe early on, it could be the difference maker. Luki has got a good brawler in his arsenal, but I feel like with his Byron, the taps just aren't landing as much as they need to. Semantic into the realm, going to come straight out onto Moya, gets the taps again. Heal falls with the heals come through.
Man.
Semantic cycling, wonderful work between himself and Luki.
Good gadget there from Tensai, but not enough to keep him alive in the long run. And Luki was there to back Semantic up. Some good free damage here for Humble, but the moment they take the foot off the gas, the Juju just sets up in mid yet again. Not to mention when Grigri comes forth, it's going to be difficult for Semantic to get purchase. Important that Luki wins that side lane matchup, but isn't great attacking a safe on his own.
Semantic missing a super is a rarity. Luki putting some scrutiny into Tensai. The Moya on his right-hand side is really struggling. Semantic is targeting him every single time. He's got a hypercharge now as well. He's going to use it on the safe for the additional damage. Still there as the shots to the Juju can't really find the connection. Oh, the hypercharge will connect, but nonetheless, he's staying alive on the safe, getting fundamental damage.
Yeah, Semantic didn't want to pop into the shadow round too early. He just wanted to save that damage for the safe. He attempts to bank the hypercharge off the wall, but it misses. It doesn't matter. Damage is damage, and Humble have that in spades. Moya's going to be forced to back away now, and Semantic is always looking for this Lola, but he's not quite close enough to get both those hits, and so Moya walks away.
Boss will lick the map up yet again. Milk Rio, despite the shield, will fall down. Moya on 149 HP, but a lovely TP with the ego. He stays alive in a good position, cycles it as well. And they actually get the pick up of Semantic as a result of it.
Semantic got completely stifled there. Tried to come forward on the Lola, but Moya had other plans. 50 seconds left in the round, and Humble have a healthy lead, but they need to get out of their side of the map. Tensai a little bit low. The bush cover's getting pretty limited, and Semantic finally is able to bring down the Lola. Diving in goes Milk Rio. Shield active. Boss falls, and Luki stuffed into a corner. Grigri alone is enough to count for the Byron, and Luki needs help. Stat.
He couldn't juggle his time between Milkrow and the Grigri. Had to make a choice. Semantic will fall there as well, and I think wasted a hypercharge in the process. Important taps there from Luki on the right-hand side. Gets a good gadget on to Tensai, but he's still alive. Boss on the left-hand side is weak and weary. He needs some help.
Humble need a safe crack here to be truly comfortable in this round. Milkrow is going to find some poke damage now on Humble's safe. It's down to 73. Luki's got to be wary, got to crawl away. Tensai shots are coming in to even his game up. 5 seconds left in a Humble have a slim lead, but can they maintain it? 61 and counting. It looks like they've made it, but only just. Our first set hangs in the balance. Humble breathe a sigh of relief to get away with that one.
Saved by 2%. Reminds me of the match earlier today between Humble and Revenant. That first set came down to a second. They breathe a sigh of relief, but this set is far from over. Semantic just beelining this right-hand side. Runs straight into Moya. And he goes down himself with the help of Milkrow. Boss there, still in the middle. We'll know now where he is. And Scott Super, most importantly, burn that map down and make sure that Juju cannot get early value.
Boss here doing well to avoid these shots from Tensai, who's not really living his best life, being unable to play in the bushes for the time being. Still pressuring back this Amber. Semantic dives, looking for Moya on his emergence. Will find the Lola and get the better of her as well. Now for some damage. Semantic, these forays forward have been good for 6 to 20% of that safe health.
Boss doing a lot of work in this early moment. But it is just a narrow lead so far for Humble. Semantic looking to go again on the aggressive. He is so dangerous, but now Moya has the ego. Used again a gadget for the additional healing. There will be something for helping hand, but I think Semantic now looking again for Moya. Staying a little bit sneaky, but found out now, and now Milkrow can land the taps he needs.
Semantic was tracking the shield gadget from Milkrow there, knew that he actually didn't want to fight the Crow when he popped out of the Shadow Realm. So Milkrow is free there to take a trade. It's him for Luki. Semantic back off respawn, but Tensai's in a position to get some free damage. This game hangs in the balance. 4% separate these two, and Boss and Luki need to get active to regain control of mid.
Yeah, Boss chose to go on the aggressive with his super early on rather than spurn the bush. That Juju gets some free damage. Boss on 52 HP, helping hand there from Luki, keeps him alive.
What heal?
Moya's gonna burn. Semantic in the realm, Milkrow comes out on top, and Humble now will reclaim this mid.
Insane moment there from Luki. Boss, by all accounts, should have been dead to rights there, but the Byron healing kept him standing enough to win out the exchange, and now Humble are on the front foot once more. Hypercharge super explodes, a little bit of damage onto the safe, but more importantly, Milkrow's scout is taken. Tensai to step forward. Luki needs to dodge these shots, and he'll be happy with a 1-for-1. Everything coming up Humble now. 25 seconds left in a round. A safe crack finally achieved, but Semantic needs to double back and defend.
Milkrow finds Boss on the right-hand side and is on the safe, getting damage. Now his teammates join that mid. Tensai now for hypercharge. A massive burn from Boss to respond against it. 75% the safe is cracked. They already need one more shot.
They're going to get there.
And that's going to be the one to steal it, surely. Crazy Raccoon will take the first set. Humble are immediately behind.
No matter how fast Humble run, Crazy Raccoon is always coming up in that rear view mirror. A monkey that cannot shake off their back. A ghost that haunts them every time they try and reach for the title. This time, in this match, they start off on the front foot. No need to reverse sweep Humble this time around. Crazy Raccoon emerged victorious on Heist.
And I think for me, the difference maker really was the Juju of Tensai. You can see there the damage to the safe. It made all the difference. 86,000, 17 takedowns for Moya as well. I think that all things considered, he had the toughest match. I mean, Semantic was targeting him time and time again, so to get those kind of stats is really impressive.
Yep, definitely not the kind of player who's ever going to tell you to calm down. Milkrow really embracing the energy up here. And this game balances on a knife edge for so much of Heist. If Semantic's able to break through 1, 2, 4 times, it could be a very different result. Moya there, that is a stunning TP back. It baits out Semantic's super and then allows him to fall back and clean up the Lily. This final push is a hypercharged Lily super. A Giga Grigri on the map gives Crazy Raccoon all they need to overwhelm.
And in the game in which Humble won, they really shut down that Juju better. I love the way that they broke open the bush to start things off, and it just deflated a lot of that aggression. wasn't the same in that one in which they lost, and they've now suffered the set as a result. Moving on though to our next map and mode, Brawl Ball and Pinhole Punt. Humble, we need to dig deep. No sweep for them in this grand finals as it was in 2024 versus this very opposition of Crazy Raccoon.
This is Crazy Raccoon's best map arc. Really solid performance from these guys in scrims. They really love to lean towards, you know, those solid comps. They go rough Otis, first couple picks, and then they mix in some sort of powerful mid-range brawler. Chester has actually been their go-to on many other occasions, but it really depends what's been left open through this draft phase. On this map, Byron has an exceptional win rate. He wins 3 out of 4 games in scrims in the lead up to this tournament. But obviously you've got the mainstays, Crow, Otis, and Ruffs, all brawlers that you want to look towards. Get them in, get your value out of them.
Big one for Humble as well as Mo. They love to combine that with Jae-Young. Let's see, the Hank Band, the Byron, and the Sweep for Crazy Raccoon, the Otis, the Meeple, and the Mina for Humble. It's going to leave a potential Ollie open. That's definitely a cause of concern. Let's see how they feel. I quite like your Chester shout, by the way. I think that is definitely an option for both of these two teams. Certainly more on the Crazy Raccoon side, but also on the Humble side. We get Star Power. At least we didn't get just credits on that one.
Yes, sir. We've got a bit to work with. That's all right. Yeah, the Chester-Ruffs combo actually has been really quite dynamic on this map. I think Chester's hypercharge, while hard to earn, is just one of the most powerful nukes available to you in Brawl Stars. He can really give you that player advantage in a pinch when you need it. Milcreo's Sphinx is astonishing. We saw that earlier in that series against SK. You see him pick up the Finks, expecting to play pretty safe, pretty secure mid. It's anything but. He commands attention, he charges the field. In fact, he ends up making his kit the gem carrier, and he just goes and starts throwing haymakers. So this guy is not one to stay quiet.
Ruffs, Mo, Crow, Carl, these are all brawlers that could potentially have a showing here. That's going to be one of them coming through for Humble. The Buster as well is an option, but with the Ollie open, I prefer that. Coco gets a skin. That's a pretty good one as well. Nope, he's not a fan.
Okay. Yeah, is it there? Aussie Buster. I'll show you a knife. That is my favourite skin.
We can enjoy ourselves on the desk for Humble. They are very much locked in that regard. It's going to be the Ruffs. I think it's a good pairing. The Crows going to be much more viable with the help of those supply drops. They are lacking some DPS. Concerning things so far. That third and final pick needs to be a solid one. It could well be that Mo. As it's not the most desirable of things. It's good to leave it until the end, really.
It's it's a very common boss pickup, right? It's also often finds its way into reply totems, drafts. A lot of EMEA teams have really been leaning on that. It's not the kind of map where you can like throw a curveball. Like Ali can be brought in here. Pinhole Punt obviously has bushes dotted around the center concentrically. So there are opportunities here just to sort of leap upon your opponents. Something maybe a bit safer. Jae-Young here comes out. Not the best map for him, although he's very commonly picked on Pinhole Punt. Only a 35% win rate out of 20 scrim games. A Draco, okay. This one's a little bit wild for me. I love to see this. Shove up, get space. Can really make use of that Finks super. Crazy Raccoon want that map control, that flexibility.
Now I'm nervous because Humble, again, haven't got the best DPS so far. They need a direct counter for this Draco, in my opinion.
Countering Draco? Are you going to play BB?
It's going to be very, very tough. They might have to deviate away from the plan here, honestly. Mo, want to be a bad shout. Okay. Chester, yeah, going to come through. It's not a bad shout. Lukey is very, very accomplished with this brawler. This Crazy Raccoon draft, I really do quite like it. It's got a great amount of variety. Humble could be in trouble here.
They don't have anything to stop this Draco, really, at all. That's my biggest concern. Milcreo also is going to be able to be, Tensai rather, topped up, and healed, of course, by that Jae-Young. Humble's comp is fine. I think it's Chester really gets going. We see some big supers. This could certainly be a game that Humble take away. It's going to be Semantic on Chester duty. Here goes our second set of this grand final. It's time for Pinhole Punt. Brawl Ball is our arena. And Humble are trailing a set.
Tensai low, the left-hand side. Nice gadget. Back to the fixture. We'll keep him in the mix. On 664 HP. Boss still trying to find these connecting shots. There's one onto Milcreo that will be very valuable. As Lukey stays firm here, the defense booster gadget should be enough, and a great break just in the nick of time. A 26-second goal for Humble.
I don't know what Moya is doing. He's trying to zone one of these Humble players out of the back of the map. I think it's Semantic. He's just sort of standing there in the bush, making half of the Chester to get in, but the rest of Humble's team comp does really well against Crazy Raccoon. Without the Draco, you just don't have enough damage. Here's the dive, not a bad one, and of course the Hypercharge sees the knives pierce and return. So it does at least enable a 1-for-1 exchange. Now that Fink Super drop down will allow Moya to safely move into the middle of the map, but man, he's getting peppered down instantly.
This is much better from Humble. I love that from Boss. A great tap, and it's brought his team forwards. Now Luki picks up the supply drop. That will make him much more dangerous. Milkberry on the left, struggling a little bit. Moya trying to push through this mid. He's certainly going to get scrutinized for it. Semantic gets a lovely stun. Now it's just Milkberry in a 1 versus 3. Weekend Warrior gets some value, but Luki stays alive potentially for the pass-through.
Humble and map control. They have plenty of damage. Our concerns from draft have been alleviated. Gadget here now from Ruff that's going to, again, clear the area around the ball. Allow for Luki to heal himself back up. He came up second best of the couple of salvos from Milkrio's Jaeyong on the left. Super, of course, pop for Milkrio, a burst of speed, and attempting to throw out some damage, but here we go. Hypercharge Super comes on in. Semantic can make good use of that. Moya also licking his wounds after that supply drop connected, and Luki is still alive, still standing. Here come Humble. Semantic's heard his Hypercharge, but doesn't need to use it. Clean as a whistle there in that first game of Brawl Ball.
Seems like Humble have had a very good mental reset. And this Ruff's Hypercharge, in the hands of a Chester, it's arguably in the top 5 for me of the strongest Hypercharges in the game. Draco's up there, no doubt about it, but it takes a while to earn it. Now, different story. TR have a much better start now. Pushing him back, Semantic will fall on that right-hand side, leaving just Luki and Boss to defend. Luki gets the ball, puts it into the side here, but Tensai will bring it straight back forwards.
Yeah, Luki gives up his life just to make sure Semantic can still be relevant defending this push. And you see how good that Ruff gadget is. Buys so much time. Luki's able to get into the game. Humble are back to full strength now. When this Draco Super, without Hypercharge Empowerment, is pretty short range. He's going to go for it though. Going to throw himself at those goals. Boss optionally opens up the map and simply has to walk away. He knows he's cooked.
Yeah, no choice. You can't really feed over more to your opposition. He knows there's nothing that he can do there. Has to come forward. TR still continuing this assault. Hypercharge drop down from Boss will get rid of all those boxes. A really nice position for him. Humble have got time on their side so they can defend this. And down goes Moya. That's a great opportunity for them to recollect. Get Tensai as well. It's trickling down from this poison.
And slowly the map is starting to be opened up by these supply drops that Boss is throwing in. This favors Humble. They've got a better comp against this Draco if they can keep him at arm's length. Moya constantly ticking down, and this is not the optimal. Oh, wait! Okay, the poison ticking got him. That could have been dangerous. Last stand gave him a chance to stand and have a crack at goal. Humble will move into reinforce.
Really enjoying the pinch between Boss and Luki. Working together so harmoniously. But down goes Semantic immediately. This Draco is dangerous. These kills from the Jaeyong are keeping Moya so much more in the mix. Boss shuts it down now, finally. Luki can't really close this gap. He's got to heal up first. Milkberry with the speed, trying to get Tensai into a position where he can make something of this ball. The time warp as well allows for a much easier juking scenario on this left-hand side. But again, still protected by Semantic, who's nice and healthy.
Okay, Moya's going to charge his way through. Nobody can stop this Draco. He is unstoppable. And a cheeky stop through from Moya evens up Brawl Ball.
A great response. Humble have got to tread very cautiously now. It's a must-win game, in my opinion. You're against the clock in the grand finals. You need to even the scoreline. If Crazy Raccoon get this set, it's going to put a lot of pressure on this next draft.
Moya again, not able to get to grips with Boss before he's taken down. There's a whole map for Boss to break open all over again. That's something that just takes time. The poke damage is good though. Fink's out of the game, neutralized very early. Moya now with a super. No chance to even make use of the gadget. Now Hypercharge on the horizon for Boss.
Semantic's in a fantastic spot here. He's got the slow as well. That radius now going to be working to his advantage. Nice steps into Moya. Semantic in a great spot, but Milkberry is still healthy. Tensai healing up now. Milkberry is going to be there to helping hand this defense. Luki has to jump. He can time it well. Get them when they're down. Milkberry falls here as well. Semantic stays alive. The Hypercharge of that Chester. It's going to be brutal, but he gets fallen down to Tensai.
Still, Humble were in a decent position, so it's just a loss of tempo for them, nothing more. Remember, that Chester Hypercharge can blow up some of this map. And Lukey's taking care of it as well. Boy, a little bit low. Thinking about the gadget, but no reason to make use of it there. Ball now in Humble's court. That's the Hypercharge super from Semantic. Gives Tensai nowhere to go. Caught between a rock and a poisonous place as Lukey finishes him with the knives.
Lukey saves his super despite using the Hypercharge. An interesting decision. I actually don't mind it. Moya is still so dangerous on this Draco. The last stand there will keep him alive just for a little bit of time. Tensai can't really do much here on his own. Peppered by Boss and Lukey. Tensai also poison trickle over time down to 386 HP. As now Humble prepare a push.
They're being so methodical about this. Humble, so careful. As soon as Milgrew pops a Weekend Warrior, Lukey jumps away to safety instead. Now, though, he's going to have to pop his shield. He needs to stand and fight, and he doesn't last long, I'll tell you that much. Boss also not long for this world. Semantic, does he have the damage to stop this? What a clear, but it's not going to buy him enough time. Milgrew drops the ball, and Lukey is back on deck. Tensai, frustrated, will go down, and Humble are back in the game.
Unreal from Humble. They've got to turn that defense into a valiant offense. Lukey has got the Hypercharge, and if he can time this right, get maximum value, the Weekend Warrior of Milgrew might see his demise. He jumps away. He now has to earn it back. Tensai falls so quickly. Humble has got to hold on. I feel like with this comp, they do have the advantage in overtime.
Yeah, they want this overtime. They've been trying to break the map up all game, and now it's going to happen for them. Boss with a Hypercharge super. Everybody with one in their hands on Humble's side, but here comes Moya. He is burning them to the ground. Outranged though by Lukey as he is. Humble need to fight. Ball cleared, crossed to the right. Semantic with the invulnerability is going to be able to get it out of the way, but this is not enough. Not remotely enough from Humble. Crazy Raccoon. Fate beckons them to the podium. And they'll take their second step.
Despite being 2 sets down, the crowd are still cheering loud. But Humble have got to start getting this communication better. That should have been a set going their way, especially when you look at those stats. Boss, 470 DPS on a Ruffs. Lukey with 14 takedowns. I mean, these stats really do say that Humble faltered and fumbled that one. Crazy Raccoon really depended on that Draco. Moya is cutting his worth.
What we don't see there are the healing stats as well of this Jaehyung keeping this Draco in the game. Crow's always a good shout against the Draco. The poison ticks after the last stand gadget expires, normally earning you that elimination, even if you make it a trade. Slowly and surely, Crazy Raccoon spent most of this game without map control, but it's moments like this when that Draco Hypercharge can be brought to bear that Humble are simply bowled over.
Nice, you get it.
But now Humble have to dig deep. They want to become back-to-back world champions. It's going to take every single bit of their brawl knowledge to come forwards here. Kanan's got to bring a winning draft now. There is no excuse for it. Humble, I'm sure, would not be able to imagine anything worse than getting swept after being the ones to sweep last year. Karma is an evil mistress.
At the start of this tournament, Semantic said to me, we're not really sure how we play from behind. We haven't had to worry about that. Well, Beckery, you got your wish. Humble have their backs to the wall. The chasm waits behind them. Crazy Raccoon are winding up for one final haymaker to knock them out of the tournament, to take the title of world champions. It's going to have to be Bounty where Humble make their last stand, drag themselves back into this game. Ahead of the hideout.
Tensai is 1 set away from becoming a 3-time world champion. I mean, it's just unheard of. In not just Brawl, but like any game. I mean, his career has been outstanding. But for Crazy Raccoon, this set stands between them and that. The bands are in for hideout. Stray, Jean, and Mina. The Bell, the Ruffs, and the Jaehyung of Humble. And Humble have the first pick.
Bell seems like a pretty innocuous pick, but on hideout she is a real problem with those nest eggs being set up. She's very powerful defensively. Humble have always leaned towards the Byron to start these drafts. This game will be no exception. It's the Heretics hat that gave it away, sorry.
Oh, it's Crazy Raccoon now then. People could be an option for them here. Let's see if they want to pick it up. Gus is, again, a very East Asian brawler pick to go with here. Brock potentially just open up the safety nanny. Yeah, I like it. It's a bit underrated, but it can bring some good to Gus to come in as well.
This is such a humble-coded draft from Crazy Raccoon. Semantic loves to go for that last pick nanny when he feels like there are going to be sharpshooters on the menu. Now Humble might actually have to change course in terms of their game plan. You can obviously try and stay in the sharpshooter lane. Brock's obviously available. Gray's banned out, so forget about that. RT somehow is still unpicked, which Crazy Raccoon is kind of absurd. I had to double take there. But perhaps
You can't resist my
you need to run it up on these guys. Perhaps you need to go on the offense. Charlie is going to be the pick here for Boss, and Ollie comes out. Humble will not sit back, play long range, and go silently into that night. They're going to bring the Ollie in, signaling a desire to go all in.
You're absolutely spot on, though. Crazy Raccoon have read this draft like a book. This is a Humble draft for them. They're taking away what Humble are most comfortable with and putting them in a position of weakness straight off the bat. Humble are going to have to play differently. They cannot just do what they love to do now. Meeple, yep, it's going to come in for Crazy Raccoon.
So good here.
It's going to be so tough to play against this.
There's no wall break for Humble. I mean, Tensai can play up inside those bushes. And that Meeple Super is going to be really frustrating, allowing him to cut the range and have a legitimately unfair scenario against Humble. It's now or never, Humble. Semantic at the helm. This team came together on a whim last year and nobody expected anything from them. Now, they expect the world. They expect excellence. They expect a world champion. A Crazy Raccoon are having none of it. Tensai gets a blue star, but it's going to be punished with a hypnotize off the back. What a stun, though. That is brutal. Lukey could be able to drag himself away, but Humble are down by 1 star after that exchange.
Oh, an overextension there from Boss also on the left-hand side, and Tensai will pick it up. Lukey now with the blue star. The Crazy Raccoon have the lead by 3. Semantic just lurking in their bush, waiting for someone from CR to overextend, but they're going to have to push forwards even more here. He's earned the super as well now. It's going to come in quite handy, but Milbury will have the knockback too. And there it is.
Not enough.
Spread against the wall and pushed forwards.
With the damage.
Lukey gets the cocoon off as well. And the blue star now with Humble. 7-star lead.
Semantic's going to be able to get away after that as well. The cocoon from Lukey was instrumental. They needed a lot of time to actually eliminate Milbury through that shield. These Spiderlings, by the way, are actually very good. From all 3 brawlers, they're going to ask for a shot, and Semantic is going for it. This guy is unhinged. Solo runs down Tensai. Says, what's a 2-time to a king? Beautiful stuff. Milbury are the next to fall, and Humble are looking like they're back.
I love that from Lukey and Semantic there. Ensuring that pickup is right at the cusp of the Charlie range.
They're going to get to 20.
I mean, at the moment the CR are playing, it's so passive. And Semantic just keeps going in. Now he might be a bit overextending.
Too much.
Gonna fall down now. 8 stars to 14. Humble have got to be cautious here. They've got all stars above their head. 9 to my count.
Semantic's more. Semantic's hand got forced there by the Meeple Super. Had to go forward. Knew he would get just peppered with shots from behind that wall. But now he's got a hypercharge. That's a guaranteed connection off that Super. Well and truly, in we go. Semantic looking for a double hypnotize. He hits it. Jackpot for Semantic. And Milbury back to the wall. 1 star away. Humble get to 20. A definitive answer. As they are moments away from elimination, they find a spark.
A fantastic adaptation. The question now is, how will Crazy Raccoon approach this game? I love how Humble did that. It's again not the strategy which I'm sure they were looking to implement. They're adapting on the fly. Again, Boss overextending that left-hand side. Tensai going to be low, but no one there to contest it. And already, Moya's got the peak.
Semantic's healthy enough here to tank this, as is Lukey. Pete might be intended for the Byron. Boss has to pop that gadget to stay alive. Great footwork, though, dodging from Moya. This guy with the mechanics taking space. As Moya's going to be forced back. No respect offered by Boss, but Lukey might have flown too close to the sun.
Yeah, tough there for Boss. Couldn't really react it much faster, but may have wanted to preempt it. Semantic does find the hypnosis connection onto Moya. He'll fall. It's going to be a trade out, though. CR are still in the lead with 3 stars and the blue, and another peep coming in.
Ark, I'm looking at Captain Semantic to be the difference maker now. Coming off spawn with that super available. Can simply look to try and fight Tensai, but he needs a 3-star player. Would have to go after Milcryo and more. Even if Milcryo goes down, Crazy Raccoon will still have the blue star lead. This is quite the conundrum for Humble.
Boss is really doing his best with these kills, trying to push forward. Just quite difficult into that nanny pick. Now low again, got to be forced out to use a gadget. Peep coming in, he can't break on this left-hand side. Semantic going forwards though, but Rue is low. They'll find him. The blue star still with Crazy Raccoon now. Why comes out, the Cocoon goes down immediately. Humble have got the lead. A massive kill from Boss. Straight back to spawn.
And the men look so easy. Semantic simply wanders up in the direction of Crazy Raccoon and does the thing. Great Cocoon from Lukey. Now Tensai tries to get forward, looking for an opening, but that Meeple Super gets used pretty deep on the map and can't be effective here. Here we go, once more, Semantic steps up. He needs that healing from Boss, and it's not enough to keep him alive. Humble might have thrown this away. Tensai trying to get a little bit of space, but Crazy Raccoon have a 2-star lead, and there's no way for Humble to regain it. Teetering on the edge, again are Humble, as Crazy Raccoon stamped their authority on the round.
What a rage quit gadget there from the Meeple. Semantic was not ready for it. That should have been a set, I feel, for Humble, and they might end up kicking themselves for it. CR now just need one more game, and Tensai will be a 3-time world champion.
There's echoes of 2021 for 2022. From Tensai in the spotlight, with the trophy in hand. To return to that spot, I'm sure, means the world to the little genius. Now Crazy Raccoon just have to close this case. Humble, though, stand in their way, and they had a very decisive first round here on Hideout. They can't afford to take any undue risks. Semantic, though, still needs to be the aggressor, still has to come forward. Oh, that damage coming the way of Boy is going to force him back.
Yeah, Semantic has to go on the aggressive, but it's a really tough balance to find. He's depending upon these Byron heals, and again, this Meeple gadget, which is devastating. Good taps again from Tensai. He's earned the super, and now Humble can't use that wall. Just the blue star for now. Lukey again taking a lot of shots here. Kooky Popper as well, replying in chord. Boss still needs to heal up. Semantic might be able to time this and get something back to spawn, but it's such a tight position for Humble to play from.
It's the Meeple gadget that Semantic has to look out for. Tensai can knock him back and prevent him from getting close enough to find a big hypnotize. This is not a hypercharged super from the Ollie. Semantic has to be picture perfect in these next few moments. Humble need to fight their way back into the map, but right now they are being boxed in. The trash compactor begins to crush. Return to sender on the Boss, doesn't bother him. Moya's starting to tick low. That's the opening for Humble. Now they can get that map control they've been sorely needing.
But one wrong step, and Humble are done for. They can't overextend now. They're just going to buy down the clock and hope for the best. Ensure a kill towards the end. As we approach the 15-second mark, CR are going to push.
It can't be over here. It just can't. Humble now to stand and fight for the right to continue to compete for the World Championship. 9 seconds left. Milcryo starting to pinch on the right-hand side. He pops his super. Tensai looking at Semantic. He's looking like a tasty morsel. In he goes. Able to get away as well with a super, but not to safety. Crazy Raccoon, the king of old, has returned to claim his dues. From the dumpster to the throne. A rags to riches story. Stuck on repeat. Crazy Raccoon have ascended once more to godhood in Brawl Stars. A clean sweep of their 2024 champions. Humble with not a word to say. And once more, the halls of a Brawl esports arena will echo with the chant of Crazy Raccoon. East Asia has returned to put their mark on the game, on the scene, put their mark on the sport, and now etch their names into history once more. Tensai, the little genius, now the thrice crowned king of Brawl!
Revenge has been served! Crazy Raccoon are your champions. Wow. Okay, let's start over here. 3 times a champion, the first and the only. Try to put into words how you feel.
どんな気持ちですか、天才さん。
いや、正直まだ全然優勝した実感ないんですけど、めちゃくちゃ嬉しいです。ありがとうございます。
Seriously, right now I don't feel like I have won yet, but I'm super happy.
I'm going to come over here to Milkrio. How does that feel, holding that cup in your hands right now?
ミクリオさん、タイトル持ってってどんな気持ちですか？
いや、もう初めてで、もう嬉しい以外の言葉が出ないです。
It's my first time, so I'm so happy I have no words to say.
Moya! One thing is for certain, here at DreamHack Stockholm and at home, the fans have been cheering you on every single day. Is there anything that you would like to say to your fans as champions?
こちらですごいファンが応援してくれてて、すごいなんか捧げてくれたと思うんですけど、ファンに対して何か言いたいことありますか？
本当に応援ありがとうございます。
Thank you for supporting us.
An absolutely phenomenal run and deserving champions. So gentlemen, I'm going to get you to lift that one more time. However, firstly, Milkrio, you are the MVP of the 2025 Brawl Stars World Finals! Okay, gentlemen, I'm going to get you to lift that trophy one more time, solidify your legacy into the Brawl Stars esports history books, okay? Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, DreamHack Stockholm, make some noise for your 2025 Brawl Stars World Champions, Crazy Raccoon! One for a lot of these teams and players competing on the stage, but we have had some incredibly memorable moments right here at Worlds. I would like to say thank you so much to the production for putting on this incredible show. Thank you so much to the talent for being stellar as always, and thank you to the players for competing so fiercely. But most of all, thank you so much to the fans for supporting your favorite teams and your favorite players year in, year out. As for 2026, we will see you at the Brawl Cup, the Last Chance Qualifier, and of course the World Finals. And at the end of January, we will have our Championship Challenge once again. And so finally, as Semantic would say, Auf Wiedersehen. And in the words of Tensai, Matane. Good night!
And we seize it. Haters mad, they got reasons. Grab the moment, we freeze it. Go to the touch, all what
Sweet and sour, candy is my power.
I might be armless, but I'm in no way harmed.
Super rare. Legendary. Rare.
Yeah!
Very nice to meet you, Sparkles.
Gotta go lick myself.
Time to turn that frown further down.
Off I go! Blow me down. Off I go. Hold on to your hats. Oh, Gail, you silly sausage. Slow and steady wins the race. Never too old for that. Oh, Gail, you silly sausage. Kids today. Defeat!
Time for more humiliation. Sweet and sour, candy is my power.
Epic.
Fight for peace. Fight for peace. Fly like an eagle. Only moving. I fight for my ancestors.
War is my canvas. Time to doodle. Ain't no valley low enough. time to turn that frown further down.
My fur! I've got my eye on you! Every dog enemy is Watch the flanks!
Defeat!
Time to turn that frown further down.